All right, so here we have some EACHINE EV200Ds, and I've been having some issues with mine with basically the goggles keep turning on and off, and I've been getting bad reception, and I've actually already taken these apart to take a look and see what's going on. So I'm just going to go ahead and tear them apart, show you how to tear them apart, and help you find what's wrong with it. First up, you take this faceplate off, and really you just gotta pry it off. It has hooks that come in this way, so if you maybe like pull it back just a little bit, you really can't damage it. It comes right off, so don't be scared of that. And then the next step is just to take these modules out. So I'll just pop this one out so you can see how that goes in there. It's actually just these little pins here, and they go in those slots. So when you're pulling out, try not to, bend those pins. Just take them out nice and straight. You have two, so make sure you take this one out as well. There you go. Okay, so now the next step is to take this faceplate off, which I've actually broken in the past, as you can see here. So these little tabs would usually be underneath the plastic by the lenses. So the way you want to do that is to actually like pull them out like so, and it just pops right off. So you just pull them out that way, and it'll help get it out. So once you've gotten that off, you can take the straps off. So that's pretty simple. Slide it out. Okay, so now we're down to just the goggles, and before you start tearing this apart, you actually have two screws, one here and also one here. So you're gonna need a pretty small screwdriver, something like this, to get all the way in there. And also make sure you take your SD card out of the slot, and I'll show you why in just a second. So we'll take these screws out. Okay, so I don't have an SD card in there right now, but I'm going to take this apart and I'll show you what happens if you don't take it out from experience. And when you're taking this apart, don't reef on it too hard, because I'll show you. When you get it apart, the fan is soldered to the top here. So first time I did it, I pulled this way too hard and just ripped the solder joints right off. So something to be mindful of there. And here's actually the SD card port for the firmware updates, and as you can see, it's pretty busted up, and that's because I left the SD card in it and straight up broke it in half when I pulled these apart. So if you want to avoid that mistake, then make sure you take that out first. So then going from here, there's just 4 screws on this board if you want to take this one off. But I'll quickly explain what was going on with my goggles here. So there's this ribbon cable on the side, and these are stuck on with like an adhesive kind of thing. And basically the bottom side where it connects to the actual receiver module, as you can see, these here are the pins where you would put the receiver in from the outside. So this cable gives it power, and basically mine came loose. So I'll take those screws off like I said before, and I can show you that. So that's one issue you could be having if your goggles are getting like either really bad reception or just straight up like turning on and off and just not working like at all. It could be just simply that. In my case, basically that module wouldn't light up. If you power up the goggles when it's in this state right now, you can hook up one of your receivers onto here and power it up like normal, and there should be a little LED, I forget where it's placed, I think right here, and it should light up red, and if it doesn't, then it's not getting power. So in my case, that ribbon cable is messed up, but you know, it could be a number of other issues. But I'll pop this off just so I can show you guys what was going on with mine. So now these are kind of feisty to get out of here. You can actually pull out the receiver itself. Just be careful that you don't send it flying, because they're pretty rough to get out. But as you can see, these pins are supposed to be making contact here, and they all came off, which is not good. And there was a slight puncture in the ribbon cable as well, so that's not good. You want this to be making full contact at all times. So basically these are toasted, because I could try to get it to go on, but it looks like I messed up a pin there too, so it's just pretty messed up. But yeah, otherwise that's like the main issue I was having. You can keep going, taking this apart if you want. You can pop this whole thing out. You can take out this other side as well, and now you have the whole top piece off. Now here's your screens, and they got their ribbon cables for power. So yeah, I mean, you can keep going at it. Also, if your fan isn't working, you know, just check these solder joints. Like I just pulled this one off, so something else to check. But yeah, if you have any of those issues, then that's where they might be. So good luck, everybody.